welcome to this YouTube video. My name is Sayles Ken and it's been a long time, and basically this is an update video for those of you who care. Mainly me. This video is for me because I want to update myself, okay? But yeah, you're interested in knowing what's going on with my life and stuff, keep watching, because the last time I posted a video was like a few days ago by the time I'm recording this video, but the contents of those videos are from December, so it's been months. I look different. I got braces. I'm also letting my hair grow. I'm also doing some skincare. I also go to the gym. So I've been building some gains. My legs look better, okay? And I graduated high school basically. So I'm kind of free now, but more on that later. So I'll be dividing this video into several different categories. I'll put them up here as well as the timestamps. So you guys can go ahead to skip to those. I'll give you a little bit of time. That's enough time. So we'll start with high school. What did I do during high school? It was stressful. It was like the worst year of my life. So basically, I'm in this program called Upper Bound. It's for poor, first generation, low income students. Even though it might not seem like it, every time I make like a haul video, all that money that goes into my videos is just like money I've saved up over the years. Anyways, in this program, as a senior, I was required to do FAFSA, apply to 10 universities, and have good grades on all my classes. At Upper Bound, they like literally have tutors and advisors and stuff that help you get into university. So like there's no excuse to not get into university, you know what I mean? I applied to Texas State, UTRGV, TSC, Baylor, TIM, UCC, and so on. Pure Texas universities, okay? And yeah, I didn't want to go outside of like Texas because that's too far and I'm poor, you know. Well, and one of those universities was UT Austin. Now UT Austin is very important in this update because applying and getting accepted to UT Austin is like the only thing that like I was focusing on. It was a huge thing throughout my whole senior year, okay? So yeah, my dream university was UT Austin. Why? Because when I was in middle school, I used to watch this YouTuber called Jessie Ann, and I remember she made a video of her getting into UT Austin and she was doing film, and I don't know, I just at that moment when I watched that video I was very inspired. It just got me to want to study film. I didn't do any research, I just knew it was like the best school in Texas, and it was very difficult to get into from what I heard. At that time, like a few years later during the pandemic, I also realized that I wanted to go to UT because during the pandemic I came out to my parents and they weren't happy with it, and because I was stuck with them during the pandemic, you know, and at home I couldn't go anywhere, I had to deal with the consequences. So it was very difficult, and I just at that moment I didn't want to be with my parents. I wanted to be far away from them. I just resented them so much at that time. So yeah, I promised my mom I would go to UT Austin. I promised her I would be far away from home, that I wouldn't come back. So going to UT Austin had a significant meaning in my heart. I promised myself I would go to UT Austin without taking any loans. And during my senior year, applying to UT Austin, all UT Austin requirements were super difficult. They literally were. They were the most difficult out of every freaking school. So I applied through Apply Texas. They asked me for 3 short answer essays, which took me so freaking long. I also did another short answer essay to apply for the honors college, which I thought was my best short answer essay ever. And mind you, I started my UT Austin application super early, and then they asked me for an essay. Wait, because I forgot to mention that like before they asked me for this essay, they asked me for a different essay, which was like prompt B or something like that. And I wrote the whole freaking thing, you know. And then I went back to check on Apply Texas, and they changed the essay again to SAA, so I was really stressed out about that. And this literally only happened to the UT Austin application, so I was just wondering if this happened to anyone else, because que mamones. Anyways, they asked me for SAA and the prompt was, tell us your story. What are the unique opportunities or challenges throughout your high school career that have shaped who you are today? And when I tell you I was so relieved when I read that prompt, I was, because last year I had an English teacher who pushed us to write the 3 college essays, and so as a goody two shoes, I did it because I didn't want to make my life difficult. But it did become difficult, even though I wrote all of them, because I wrote my essay about cross country. I was so proud of this essay. Like, I thought at that moment it was the best essay I've ever written. In Upper Bound, I showed it to my English tutor who would revise the essay, and she was just not having it. Not in a mean way. I could tell she didn't think the same, you know? But I was very persistent about this essay, so I wanted to make it work, you know? But I guess it didn't seem that way to my advisor and my tutor. So for the longest time, like several months, I was working on this essay. And on top of that, I was also working on scholarships. And on top of that, I was also working on my school grades. And on top of that, I was trying to stay top 6% so I would be accepted to UT Austin. It was super stressful. At some point, especially during the second semester, my eyes started twitching. Like, the deadline to submit my application for UT Austin was approaching. It was like 3-4 weeks before the deadline that I started crying. Why? Because I was getting nowhere with my essay. My tutor advised me to rewrite the essay and I just started bawling. It wasn't her fault, it was my fault because I should have done what she advised me to do earlier, but I didn't. I really liked this essay, and so I left that day really like I couldn't do anything about it. But as soon as I got home, I started revising my essay, the cross-country one, and then when I realized that I wasn't getting anywhere revising it and stuff, I opened a new Google Doc and I just stared at the blank page for what felt like forever. So I started thinking, what really shaped me this whole 4 years of high school? My fingers were still for about half an hour until I typed my first sentence. My creative mind had consumed me. Art! My passion is art. My passion is to draw. Being me is my creativity. And so that was like a huge shock for me. So I just kept typing and typing and typing. I wouldn't stop. Like I kept going and going and going for like about 2 paragraphs and a half. I kept rereading it and rereading it. And to me it sounded like, wait, this is better than the cross-country one. I think I wrote about 3 paragraphs before everyone in my house went to bed and I had to go to sleep. I think it was like around midnight. So then the next day I showed my English tutor and my advisor my essay and they loved it. My advisor even told me that this essay sounded more like me and it showed how much more passionate I was about art than cross-country. So that really made me realize a bunch of stuff. Finally, my stress was gone. I was relieved. A huge weight was off my shoulders, like literally. I forgot to mention that every day I went to Upper Bound. It was like a classroom, a small little classroom, like that was shared with 2 other programs, I think. I went morning, during class, during lunch, and even after school because there were so many things I had to do, especially because I applied to 10 universities. So I had to do like different requirements for different ones, but especially for 3 of them because I put my sights on 3 of them, which were UTRGV because it's very affordable and it's in the same city I live in. And then my second university was Texas A&M University of Corpus-Christi. One, because it's far from home, it's 3 hours away, so I think that's pretty good for me. At that time I thought it was affordable, but it isn't. I think it's even more expensive than UT. But I had my major, and so I don't know why I liked it. I just went to a tour one day and I guess I just chose it as one. And then third, my top option was UT Austin. 5 hours away from home, super expensive, but it was my dream university. I don't remember, but like a few weeks or a few months had passed and I got an email. I was accepted into UT Austin. And when I tell you I was so excited, I was so excited. But it was in the end. I had to be accepted to my major. So for that, I had to do much more requirements. They gave me the option to submit recommendation letters, an optional video for my radio, television, film major, and my meningitis, and my pro verifier. Oh my god. I struggled so many things to apply for UT Austin, to get accepted to UT Austin, but one of the things was pro verifier. So after submitting my FAFSA, UT Austin asked me to make an account on pro verifier, and so I did. I took a screenshot of my password and everything, and it wouldn't let me log in. So my FAFSA wouldn't come out of my award letter, what I was gonna get for the year, the money I was gonna get to pay UT Austin. So I was struggling for several months, and it wasn't until a few months before the end of school that I was finally able to call the number for pro verifier, because every time I kept calling pro verifier, they would take me to like a different number and then a different number and then a different. So it was very difficult because of that. I was freaking out, and at some point I even lost my parents' income tax. So freaking difficult for no reason. No other university asked for this. Maybe UTRGV, but even that one was easier to access than the one from UT Austin for some reason. Anyways, I submitted 3 recommendation letters, and I also submitted 1 video that I recorded in my audio and video technology class, which I thought that was like the best one I've ever made. And so I think a few weeks passed and I checked my status, and on the top it said, "Congratulations to being accepted to your major." I was so excited. I cried so many times. I couldn't believe I was accepted. I was super happy. My dreams were coming true. Everything was just falling into place. So I did so many scholarships. I did like more than 30 scholarships. I did local ones, I did big name ones like Dell, Coca-Cola, Gates, and I had been working so hard on those scholarships. I always went to Upper Bound for tutoring to get my essays and short answer questions reviewed. I went there so many times. I put so much time and effort on that. So yeah, after applying to so many scholarships, I didn't get any of them. And this was like around April, I think April. So I wasn't getting any from UT Austin. So at this point, I was panicking. I was in alert mode. I was super scared because since I didn't apply for any scholarships for the other universities I applied to, I was pretty much fucked. I was fucked. I was fucked real hard until suddenly I opened my email to a full ride scholarship. But say list, UT Austin doesn't give any full rides. And you're right. UT Austin does not give any full rides. This scholarship was from Texas A&M University of Corpus-Christi. They offered to pay for my tuition, my room and board, my dining. Everything was paid for. So imagine that with my FAFSA and another scholarship TAMGC decided to offer me of $1,500. I would have money left over. Unlike UT Austin, I could benefit from this. And at first, I thought it was a scam, like, this is too good to be true. But my advisor checked on it, and she told me that it's real, it's legit. I knew this was such a good opportunity, but my heart was in UT Austin. I accepted the full ride and patiently waited for a miracle from UT Austin. It wasn't until, my very last month of school that I started getting scholarships. So I got 3 local scholarships. The first scholarship I got is a $500 one, and I got 2 $1,000 scholarships, so $2,000, and they were in checks, so that money was going to me, not to the school. And then a few weeks later, I started getting scholarships from UT Austin. I got a UT Austin housing scholarship, which was a total of $7,200. Then I got a scholarship of $5,000 per year, which is $20,000 total, for the University Leadership Network at UT Austin. And I also got the Dell Scholars laptop and textbook credit, which was $2,400 combined. By the time I got the scholarship, it was too late. I had already set my sights on TAMUCC. And even with all the money UT Austin promised me, I still couldn't afford it. I live 5 hours away from UT Austin, so gas prices, my parents also wouldn't let me. It would be very difficult for them to take me because it's them, then me, my sister, and my little brother. When I saw several students from my school being called that they're going to go to UT Austin during decision day, I wanted to cry. I remember them getting a bag from UT Austin with little goodies inside, and I just remember being so jealous. Because I had spent my whole senior year trying to get into the school, trying to go to that school, applying to scholarships, applying to everything, applying to programs, doing everything right, and I still couldn't afford it. UT Austin, at this point, it just wasn't a stable option. And I kind of want to cry, but it's not worth it because they lost a great student. Now, instead of promoting UT Austin to make them more famous and more desirable, Corpus-Christi has me. UT Austin was selling a dream, and an affordable dream for many people. I'm still proud of myself. It was not a waste of time because if these events did not happen, then the fact that I got a scholarship for TIMUCC wouldn't have happened. Because it all has to happen a certain way, even if I have nothing to do with TIMUCC, for everything to come in place. I think that's what I'm getting at. It's like the Spider-Man universe. If you're from a different universe and you go to the Spider-Man universe and you hit a rock, a huge course of events is gonna change. Basically, it was the canon events for me. Hola, Miguel. You know what I mean? So, what now? I am going to Texas A&M University of Corpus-Christi. Yes. Also, this is not a UT Austin shirt. So, you bought UT Austin merch? No, and I'm glad I didn't because that is expensive. And now I have money to spend on Corpus-Christi merch. Anyways. And let me tell you why I love it now. So this orientation was June 22nd and 23rd. I am going to major in media arts and I'm going to minor in studio art. So I want to be a film director, but I also want to make comics. I want to get better at drawing. So during orientation, I was really nervous. So a quick change of ambience because I got really tired. My voice hurts. I like to talk a lot, but talking to the camera makes my voice really tired. I was really shy. I didn't want to talk to anyone because usually I have this thing where I always talk to people, but people never talk to me, never try to keep relationships or friendships with me unless I talk to them. So I kind of wanted to try that. I didn't want to talk to anyone, but then I was like, no one's talking to me, I have to talk to them. So I talked to them. They made this presentation at the beginning, and so there was this girlie who was sitting next to me, and she was dressing really pretty, but she was really quiet, and I kind of tried to make conversation with her, and we became friends. It was awkward at first, but we became friends. So then we were divided into groups on liberal art. That's the only major I know. And they started teaching us about how are we gonna play for our classes and stuff. We did some icebreakers, which was really, really fun. I loved the pool. After the first day was over, the friend I had made had made another friend, and so we all went to the pool. I was talking to some of the team leaders there. We asked them, can we use the pool? And they were like, yeah, you can use it. And I'm like, wow, really? We're not even students yet, but we actually are. I just got my island ID. So we got in the pool. Even though I didn't bring any swim clothes. I brought like my exercise clothes, but I used those for the pool. It was really fun. It was really fun. I had so much fun with them. I even taught this girlie how to swim. So then we heard like people went to the beach because this university is surrounded by an island. So we're surrounded by the ocean. We heard some rumors that people were drinking. And I've never been to a party. So I've always been a good student, but I kind of wanted to see it. I want to see what was going on. So I convinced them we should go. Let's go see what's going on. If they're drinking, we will just come back. So we went. It was so fucking lame. It was super dark. You couldn't see anything. The beach was... Well, it wasn't even a beach. The water was super low. This was during the night. And we stayed there for a little bit. And there was a bunch of students from orientation there. But we didn't know any of them. So we just stayed like in our own little group. And then in the corner of my eye, I see like a car pulling up. I was like... It was like a black car. And then one of the girlies in the other group ran to the car. I was like, wait, what? Are they actually bringing the, you know what? And I was fucking right. This girlie got 2 freaking boxes of beer from out of the car. Anyways, we didn't stay long. We left. I was super sleepy actually. Anyways, yeah, I love the pool. I love the beach. It was close to home. It was like 3 hours away. So it wasn't that difficult on my parents. Also, I love the ambience. I made another like friend guy like the second day, which was like awesome because he also was into film. I realized like on the second day when I was applying to the classes I was gonna attend, me and this other guy were the only film students there. Like it was only us 2, so I was like, what the heck? But yeah, I felt really independent. And unlike the tours I had taken before, this time was different. Because it was a full ride. I got a full freaking ride. So I don't have to pay for shit. It has made me feel like super secure because when I asked like other like students from orientation, I asked them like, how are you gonna apply for university? Most of them, their answers was like, I don't know. I only have like the first semester paid. I didn't get any scholarships or anything like that. And I was like, I was surprised because for the longest time, I led myself to believe that I did the bare minimum. And no shame to them. I'm just saying, like, I thought I did little to nothing. Anyways, scholarships. As I said, I got like 2 $1,000 scholarships and one $500 scholarship. So with all those scholarships, I got a MacBook Pro 14-inch that was $1,143. Super fucking expensive. And I also got a case for this MacBook Pro that costed like $6. And a laptop bag that was $43. Everything is so fucking expensive. I bought everything at Best Buy. Oh my god, I'm so tired. I feel like I have much more stuff to say. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. Damn, you look kind of different. And you'll see me in the next video. Bye, guys. Oh, I also forgot. I'm going to Disney World.